Welcome back to episode 2 of season 4 at Barrow. We are in the Youth Academy series, of course, and after one game in our new league at championship level, we top the table. Although I don't expect that to last all season, and neither do you guys. I asked you in the comment section of the last one, where do you think I'll finish this year? And the majority reckon top half with maybe a playoff push if we have a good, strong final run in at the end of the year. I'm inclined to agree with that. I think you're pretty much spot on there. With regards to the players we were looking at and thoughts in general with what to do with the squad, there was an idea that I really liked that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to act on. That was maybe moving Prince to centre-back to fill that new role and then call Abdelli up to the starting lineup as a 72 rated left-back and then maybe look for a new left-back from the free agents or from somewhere else. Of course, we already have a left-back on the shortlist. We did have a left-back on the shortlist. It was a guy that I decided wasn't quite good enough. But had we maybe been able to do the Prince to centre-back thing, then maybe I would have actually acted on it and gone out and sort him out again. Unfortunately, in the development plan, 4 years to centre-back. And to be fair, it's a year and a half to left-back from left wing-back. So not happening, but I think that's mainly down to Prince having hit his supposed peak. Abdelli too apparently has hit that peak as well, and Alho obviously we mentioned has hit his too. Waiting to see once dynamic potential kicks in whether that'll change. You guys reckon that about October time that will be when we start to see dynamic potential really kick in, so perhaps there may be some more changes in January than there are in the remainder of this window. We have some money at our disposal, about £6 or so million. There was a call to maybe bring back Mulholland from Sheffield United, who of course we sold earlier in the save to fill that role for Alho if his potential doesn't improve. He's a little bit out of my price range right now, so if that is something we push ahead with, it's going to have to wait for another season. There is Jasper Dix, I presume it's pronounced Dix, who's available at Crystal Palace for about the very, very top end of our budget, but then wages could be a bit of an issue, so waiting to see there. Hefte Grau Siskar might be a genuine option with those passing stats. He could be actually quite good, and we're waiting to see what the financials and stats are for these two regions as well. So we'll wait and see there, and we'll crack through with today's episode. Portsmouth is going to be the first game that we see. They too have had a positive start to life in the championship level. They came up with us last year, of course, after getting a playoff spot. We do, however, get a 2-1 win, and Alho is the man that gets us that winner after Bilson got us off the mark. So we do have back-to-back wins to start life in the championship, although one of them evidently was against a side that is not quite as good as we were last year. And the other one, Blackburn, they're not that good either, to be honest. You'll get your chance, though, Chisholm, and keep working on your game, please, Lucas, because Rotato will have a go now. I can't not play a game against Cambridge United. I'm sorry. I have to do it. So we will play Cambridge, we will play Derby, and the plan is to also play Watford in today's episode. And Sim, after doing the Portsmouth one, Derby, probably with Rotato as well, and Huddersfield Town as well. So for now, I'm going to go and hopefully very much enjoy this game. At the same time, hopefully not lose it. We did play Cambridge in Season 1, of course, in League 2, and I believe we lost. Actually, no, we got a last gasp equaliser, didn't we? We got a very late equaliser. My brain just went ding. This is going to be Santoro's debut for us as well. So looking forward to seeing how he plays, although obviously with a sharpness and morale dip, we won't necessarily see the best of him just yet. And that looks like a very familiar Cambridge United looking side, to be completely honest. So they really haven't changed much since the first season. But they went up to League 1 via the playoffs and then coming back down and finished 20th in League 2 last year. So the fact that they haven't improved much is obviously having a bit of a negative effect on their ability. Really good to get up to League 1, but then if you don't improve, you get left behind, and they have seemingly been left behind. But hopefully we can leave them behind and progress through in the Carabao Cup. We have, of course, won the EFL trophy now, and being in the Championship will no longer be involved in that cup competition. So now it's Carabao Cup, FA Cup and Championship time. Just the 3 competitions to focus on for the time being, until of course we eventually reach Europe. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying and you're looking forward to the rest of this Season 4 year. If we could hit over 1,000 again, that'd be brilliant. We didn't quite hit it on one of the most recent episodes, and I'd love to keep up the record of hitting 1,000 likes in almost every single, well, hopefully from now on, every single episode that we've got remaining in this save. It really does help push the content to new people and help the channel grow, so please do so. Hopefully, I can reward you with a win against Cambridge. Not necessarily the old rival, they're the old favourite. Across to Costa. There's Gardner, who may well be leaving us soon. I've actually, off camera, delegated, after a loan to buy bid, delegated for an actual loan for him from Atlanta in MLS. So we may well be losing Helmet Boy on loan. He supposedly has reached his potential peak as well at 65, so just not going to stand a chance at any point in this side moving forward. So it's only fair we move him on initially with a loan, but potentially with a transfer moving forward, especially as we're going to be in a position now if we are going to have to be buying other regens rather than signing them through the free agents or finding them in our own youth setup. I'm going to be needing money now. It's not something we've ever had to worry about so far in this save, raising finances other than the minimal amount it costs to sign extra scouts. But if we're going to have to save 20 million rather than 2 million for a new player rather than a new scout, then players are going to have to start to get sold rather than loaned out or released. It's just the nature of the business, nature of the beast. But hopefully the beast will treat us well. And if I can pull this back here to Chisholm. He could have given us a 1-0 lead, but he hasn't. Look at Vaughan go again. We'll use the right winger. I have to turn away from Harrison Dunk, who's with me. Chisholm has some space. And, oh no, looking for Gardner. He's going to find Abdelli. Good shot, well saved by Mackenzie Lyle. Butu Tau. Chisholm has made the right run this time. Yikes. But Urapuka is apparently a ridiculously fast defender. First time he's actually shown any sort of pace, but it's worked brilliantly. And O'Neill is going to find... Ironside in the middle. Does have a good header on him, Ironside, but thankfully, on this occasion, straight at the goalkeeper. Only 15 to go, and those changes haven't yet had a chance to take place. But we might be able to get ourselves a 1-0 lead before they do. Mason, I see Vaughan at the back post. Can we find him? Yes, we can! I thought the defender was going to win the header, but Vaughan has done brilliantly. Heads the ball down into the ground, and even when he'd won it, I thought it was going wide. But it has snuck in that far post and into the side netting. I need to see a replay. He was the obvious... I delayed with too long with the cross, took an extra touch when I shouldn't have. I thought the defender was going to get there, he didn't. Vaughan, excellent header as it happens. Into the far corner of the net, and we are going to take a late lead here, and we don't need the substitutes to get it done. Textbook header makes it so awkward for a goalkeeper to try and save those, and Kai Mackenzie-Lyle can't get near it. I do fear that this isn't actually a full-strength Cambridge side out for this fixture. You'd imagine they might rotate a little bit because of all the other focus they'll have in other competitions this year, and obviously they want to get themselves back promoted to League One level, whereas we obviously are Championship now and even further above where they were at the height. But Chisholm will find Butu Tau here, and Vaughan is the man on the overlap again. And look at Lucas Bull at the back post. He shrugged off the defender that was with him. Oh, and it struck an arm there for Okadina, and we will get a penalty to try and seal it out at 2-0. Where were his arms? Were they up in front of him? Oh, they were. It's an unnatural position for it to be up there, and it's definitely a penalty. Butu Tau is going to be the man to take it. Try and pop it into the top right-hand corner if we can. I'll try and time it well enough, which we have done, as Harvey Nibbs comes on for Dunk. Unfortunately, Cambridge are already out of this game. That's 2-0 in the last few minutes, and we will win this now. Foul, apparently. I'm pretty sure I won the ball there. Luke Hannon stood over it. Is he going to go for goal here? Might as well. Got nothing to lose. Oh, is it something from the training ground? Very nearly. That would have been ingenious. I certainly didn't expect that. Little dink over the wall rather than... Oh, no, Adam May. Yeah, okay. Gaming's not quite good enough on this occasion, but I guess it shows how far we've come as a club. The fact that last time we played them, with my full strength 11, we very nearly got beaten by a goal to nil. And now with my second string, my reserve players, we've come away with a relatively comfortable 2-0 victory and a through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. I don't know how strong a side this is from Gaming's. Maybe they do. Oh, it's going to be 2-1. Brilliant. Maybe they do have some stronger players still at the club. But really pleased to have gotten the victory regardless. And pleased for these fringe players to still get the chance to have some football here. And so long as they're still with me, they will get the opportunity in cup competitions and occasionally in league football. And it's to league football we head next, provided there's nothing else that happens in the transfer window. I'll see you in the game against Nottingham Forest. Atlanta have agreed to take Gardner on loan for a year. So he will leave us now and we have a gap in that Rotato side. Again, we will delegate this. Try and get just a loan deal for Ethan Hope rather than a loan to buy. So it does look like we're going to need to try and pick up one of those free agents or other central midfielders for Rotato. But that's not a problem. We'll be able to do that in this window, whether it be a free agent that's higher rated than Gardner or someone else that we perhaps pick up, like the guy from... There we go, thank you. Like the guy from Crystal Palace, Dix. We'll wait and see. But... that was fairly simple to get done there. Nice have bid £13.6 million for George Bilson. Now, at this stage, there's nobody else I could really replace him with, so I'm quite happy to reject that and keep him at the club. Not necessarily someone we're too overly attached to at the moment, but I don't really have kind of an immediate go-to stand-in for him, so we'll reject that. Nottingham Forest having a terrible start to the season down in 21st, but I have a funny feeling, even with my full strength 11 at the City ground, this might be a pretty difficult game. Forward quickly to Huerta. Don't know much of him. But we've got an attacker in there and it's fallen free to Yates. And now up to Mighton on the left-hand side. And he's quick, as you can see there. Got Campbell on his back foot, that's for sure. Ball's going to bobble free here, but Yates will pick it up. And still, Forest come forward. Bilson does well to intercept that. As we say, we expect this to be a tough game. Nottingham Forest, always a difficult side to play against, regardless of what sort of season they're having. They have fluctuated in recent years in real life. Sometimes they're a playoff hunter. Sometimes they're just trying to avoid a relegation fight. But still one of the biggest sides in English football, Nottingham Forest. And nobody can deny the history that the club has. 2 European Cups to the name, of course, from yesteryear. And they'll be trying to get themselves continually back to the top flight for the first time since the 90s, I think. I can't recall Forest being in the Premier League in the 2000s. That's a dangerous ball in, but Bryce Samber's gotten to it. Trying to win that, but Mighton does well. This is going to be a hard battle to get anything from this one. Even though they've had a poor start to the season and are in 21st, I probably would take it now if you offered me a score draw. I've not really played the right pass. Prince can't quite intercept that. Now Sammy Obi could cause me problems, but Jenkins comes across on the cover. His place, of course, in the starting lineup is probably one of those under threat with the state of the team right now. Could really do with a slightly higher rated centre-back to partner Rodri Pumphrey. And similarly, Jack Campbell at right-back, another lower rated player that is under threat. But we haven't yet found a centre-back or a right-back to threaten those two properly. They just know that if they don't improve this year, they're the next to get chopped. Looks like it's going to be 0-0 here at half-time, though. Vermaelen keeping a clean sheet so far. I was kind of cautiously optimistic that maybe we might be able to grab that victory and get another set of 3 points, but I can't find my way past their defensive line. Some of my passes are letting me down as well. Salem getting away from the man. Oh, and again, just a little bit too heavy. Out to Bilson, who's onside. Oh, and the man at the back post. It's Damian Tudor, who always delivers. Brilliant volleyed finish. Could have gone with his head. Went with his left foot instead, and that left foot is becoming ever more reliable as the games and weeks tick over. Beautiful ball by Bilson, and that technique we've seen before, and he scored in a similar fashion, but he's earned that number 10 shirt. He's taken it off Chisholm, and that's exactly why. Damian delivers, and we lead by a goal to nil. And Salem having to rely on later goals today. You see how Forest have had a lot of the football. It's not like our goal was a counter-attack as such. It's a good run there. It's a good run. McMullen will strike it. Early! Oh! Golasso! result! That's worthy of winning any game of football. We need to see that again. And if you haven't hit that like button, you absolutely need to now. He burst past their number 22, and I couldn't have dreamt of a better strike when that left his left foot. Wow! Off the far post. Postage stamp stuff at the top corner. Oh my God. What a goal. That might be goal of the season already from Robert McMullen. That's incredible. First goal of the season in the Championship, but that was worthy of the Champions League, not the Championship. Whoa. 2-0. We're going to get the win at the City Ground. And, I mean, it took something special. It took two things special to get the victory here, because Forest have been very decent, but a sweet left-footed volley from Damien Tudor and a dreamy left-footed whip from Bobby McMullen, first time as well, just made it look all the better coming off the post to add to the drama of it. That's ridiculous. We're going to win. We're going to stay top of the Championship for now, but I am still of your guys' opinion that we will probably end up around about the playoffs come the end of this season. Salim hasn't been as free scoring so far this season as he has done in previous, or has been in previous. Can he do it again? No. That's a lovely ball into La Torre. He's got the option down the line. He's got two options down the line. He's going to use Lawrence Gabriel. And he's got... There's so many red shirts forward here. Lolly, back out to Lawrence Gabriel. Unorthodox first touch, but it worked, so we'll let him off. La Torre. Back to Gabriel again. Need to do something with it, lads. Otherwise, this is a waste. He had loads of bodies forward earlier. Now they've started to drift back again and drop out of the box. La Torre. Are they going to get themselves one back the same way Cambridge did? The answer is no. The answer is maybe. The answer is still maybe. Oh, lovely cross. The answer is actually still maybe, because they'll get the chance to take this corner, won't they? Going to make the change. Cambridge grabs one back late through Liam O'Neill, but this should be a comfortable clearance by Tudor. And you know what? If I get the opportunity... Oh, I was just going to volley that straight into the stand. A 2-0 win away from home against Nottingham Forest is a very good result. And to do it in the manner we did, chef's kiss. Absolutely gorgeous. 3 shots in a whole game, all for us. 2 on target, 2 goals. Forest. Don't know why they didn't have any actual chances. Hope has rejected the loan bid to Paris FC. Gardner, however, has gone out on loan to Atalanta. So, Helmet Boy has left us. Grau Ciscar and Vidal Pereira. I will just double check that we're scouting these guys. But if you don't hear from me again, we'll go and play that game against Derby. We weren't actually scouting them, which is great. So, though we are now, and it's going to take 12 days, supposedly, for those scout reports to come back. So we should have a better idea by the end of the episode. Oh, dearie me, that's not gone well. Sibley and Lino with a brace apiece. And our first taste of what the Championship could be like at times this season. Derby 4. And that didn't feel good. Tyler even is going to go out on loan to Tondela. He's agreed. He's gone. Cheerio. Right, that was with Rotator that we had that. Oh, now a bid for the goalkeeper, Will Gardner. Yes, we will accept that. And a bid for Abdelli, which we will reject from Osasuna, I'm afraid. Sorry, lads. Abdelli stays. Right. First team. Right, now how are the first team going to get on in a sim? Because that last one was with Rotator, and it's not a fully fit Huddersfield side. But we do still lose, which is intriguing. Salim pulls one back for us. Brown and Yaya give Huddersfield the goals. It's not going to be as straightforward this season as we maybe thought after the first 2 or 3 games. Well, there's another game in the Carabao Cup to play now. It's Burton away, but perfectly placed for Rotato to have another go. Perfectly placed for Rotato to have another go. Tyler's loaned out. Gardner sold. Good. And Riley Banks. Sorry, pal. I don't think so. You are on the transfer list, but at the minute, nobody wants you, unfortunately. Right, Rotato. What can you do against Burton? It should be a relatively easy win. It's a win. I don't know as it was relatively easy. Chisholm gave us a 1-0 lead, and it won't let me scroll back up, so I apologise. I can't see who the other goal scorers were, but I'm sure you'll be able to go back and pause it, and David will be able to see himself for his stat tracking. Right, next up was Watford then. We may get the scout reports back for those two other players before. It said 12 days, and it was from the 15th, so 27th. Are we gonna get lucky, or is it gonna take longer rather than earlier? It's gonna take longer rather than earlier, unfortunately. And you finished in Italy and you can't find anything. You really are rubbish. Okay, let's see what we can get from the Eredivisie then. I'm not getting much luck from these real-life scouts. They're out trying to find me talent that is... I'll show you my criteria. Talent that is of first-team quality and promising, aging range between 16 and 20. That's all I'm asking for, but I'm not really getting anything, to be completely honest. I'm not really getting anything. I'll have a quick scout through, but there's not really much here. Ricky J. Jones is at AC Milan. Unbelievable. I mean, with regards to regens, there's not much at all. We've already looked at Bondo, and Lazovic is a player that we previously scouted and decided against. We're getting naff all from these scouts. Right, Watford next. They're 5th. We're actually 8th now, having dropped down the table a little bit with those defeats to Derby and to Huddersfield. So we could really do with getting back to winning ways, or at least out of the losing streak. I would like a bit more squad depth, as we are looking for a central midfielder. We'll see if we can narrow down a signing before the end of the episode, but for now, we're going to try and narrow down some extra points. Shaparenko to Chaloba, swept out wide to Ismail Assar, who surely by this stage in a save has grown very well indeed. Will Hughes through to Openda. Watford mean business, and Watford really have started exceptionally well there. I kicked off as well. I kicked off, and I've conceded inside 4 minutes. Aha! I need to not be scratching here. I need to be scratching here. What on earth went wrong there? Lovely ball by Will Hughes, though, and a great first-time finish. Yikes. I'll show you Watford's starting 11, actually. You'd have to let me know in the comment section. Do you want me to start now that we're at Championship level and players are a bit more familiar? Maybe for some of the larger sides we play. Do you want to see the starting 11 of teams again like I used to, and show you the 11 as we head into game? Or are you not that bothered and maybe just occasionally throw it in? Openda up top, Star on the right, Will Hughes, Shaparenko and Chaloba. Chris Smalling at centre-back with Kufal at right-back. So a strong side here from Watford, and a strong start too. Openda, Shaparenko, Will Hughes, Luis Operenda's made another good run. Out wide here is Kufal from right back, Ismail Assar, good block. And a goal kick, thankfully. I obviously kicked off again because they scored the goal, and we still very nearly conceded it in another 4 minutes. Watford are just devastating when they get the ball off me at the moment. Nice ball by Alho into Prince, though. Maybe we could be devastating ourselves. Yo! Damian gets there with his head, but can't find the target. So close to an equaliser. McMullen. And forward to Alho again. Tackled by Chaloba before I can find a pass. And they're so quick on the counter-attack, Watford. They just fly at you. As soon as they win the ball back, it's basically sprint towards the other end of the field as quickly as possible, or play the ball directly forward as quickly as possible. Ismail Assar finds Will Hughes, who's actually gone the wrong way there, potentially. Luis Openda will find him again, will he? No, Bilson's done well. No, I tried to get that all the way forward and haven't put enough power on it. Bilson is there again, but still intercepted. Chaloba. Oh, a nice block by Prince. Dive for it, Vermeulen. Well done, mate. Oh, dearie me. I am strugs against Watford. Really, really strugs. Sarr turns well. He's in the box. I thought about dangling a leg. Glad I didn't. Will Hughes has options. Oh, good save by Vermeulen. It will trickle out for a corner. It's still all Watford. All Watford. Will Hughes to deliver the corner. And away by Tudor. Despodov brings it down. Alho does excellently. Try and turn away from Shaparenko, but he's still been able to get a tackle in. Jesus Christ, Watford are relentless. Shaparenko. Back out wide to Paulo Otavio. It's only, it feels like an age, but it's only half an hour been played here. Shaparenko, I tried to get there and couldn't. Luis Openda. Jesus, give me a break defensively, please. Christ, Salim was supposed to go across to Alho and didn't, but thankfully we got away with it. Tudor could make me a run. Prince hops over. Lucas Boll has made me a run, and he's got the space to find the angle, maybe, to find the finish. We haven't had many chances, but we've taken the one that was presented to us. Lucas Boll punches the air. I'll do the same. We are level at home against Watford, and that is not with the way that the game has been played. I think the phrase is against the run of play. Very much so. Chaloba. Oh, well intercepted by Alho. Hello. Maybe it will be us scoring at the beginning of a half when, no, opposition has the ball. Not to be. Shaparenko into Chaloba. Again, they just move it forward so fast, and it's so difficult to defend against. Hughes out wide to Despodov. 3 in the middle, 4 now. As my eyes glance to try and figure out who to potentially try and pick up in the middle. They just get away from me out wide. Oh! That touch from Ismail Assar ruined me. Absolutely ruined me. You don't expect that. Watford 2, Barrow 1, and that is genius from Ismail Assar. He's written me off there. Fair play, they deserve that lead. Parenko nicely out wide to Despodov. Cross could come in. It hasn't yet. It still hasn't. Shaparenko tackled. We can limit them to just the 2 and hold on. Then maybe the chance to counter and get an equaliser could be there. Shaparenko back to Paolo Ottavio and Openda. Nice tackle by Pumphrey. Now, this is the opportunity that I was hoping for. I thought it might come a little bit later on, because if we do score now, then they have plenty of time to try and get themselves a third. Might be getting a third anyway. Who was wanting to counter on who? Despodov into the box. Tackled well by Pumphrey, but he can't get to the second block. Openda trying something outrageous again. Taking a leaf out of Ismail Assar's book, but Vermaelen not to be fooled by that one. You guys have asked, actually, or someone asked in the comment section for me to give Vermaelen long sleeves. I may well do that at some point in the not too distant future if a number of you agree. Ball delivered into the middle and headed wide, thankfully. 20 to go. I'm hanging on here, but I will make a change. Costa, can you make the difference in the midfield like you really need to if you're to take this first team spot from Rupert Alho? Campbell. Bit of space for McMullen. Salim making a run. Maybe a quick 1-2. No, Salim bullied to the ground. Costa came off the bench in a previous game, scored with his first touch. Not his first touch, but his first impact, and he's done the same again. Is Lucas Costa staking a claim for that first team spot ahead of Rupert Alho, regardless of whoever else we bring into the starting lineup or into the squad? I mean, maybe. We thought, well, when we sold Mulholland, we brought Costa into the fold because he was the one that got forward a lot better and had a more positive impact on the side. It is still a case of he and Mulholland, not Mulholland, he and McMullen don't necessarily make a great defensive partnership. And I don't really, at this stage, want to change the formation. I'm still very much attached to Tudor and Salim as a front 2. And I don't really want to alter the rest of the formation just to try and squeeze 3 in midfield. Or do so and keep 2 up top as well. I'm still very happy with the formation as it is. But it is becoming more and more difficult. Oh no, where's Lacroix come from? It's getting more and more difficult to keep. I mean, I just have to rotate more. It's just the answer, isn't it? Just rotate more, Ches. Give more people more football more of the time. And you'll get better performances. Is that a free kick for us or for them? It's a free kick for them for handball. Yeah, I'm just going to have to rotate more. That's the answer to my own question. I figured it out in the same highlight. Right, Abdelli can come on. And I'm tempted to bring Berger on as well, but I won't for now. Everybody else is still fit enough. We'll leave it as is. Just one change defensively as Ismail Assar goes off. Thank God we've seen the back of him. Not sure who's come on in his place, but hopefully it's nobody that's anywhere near as good. Zinkernagel. His name's great. I don't know if he's any good as a footballer, though. Smalling Big switch. McMullen there. Have they just sealed their own fate here, Watford? Chris Smalling giving the ball away. I'm trying to break on them, but defensively they look like they're going to cope with it for now. Tudor fouls, ref, free kick, chance. I don't have a set-piece specialist though, I don't think. The chance to write yourself into folklore here for whoever takes this. 85 free kick accuracy for Lucas Bull. Apparently I do have free kick. And Damian Tudor with 80, with decent but better other stats. Oh my god, Damian. Damian, to write yourself into Barrow FC folklore. Yo! He's done it as well! Wow! We're going to win against Watford! Who'd have seen that coming after 5 minutes? Who'd have seen that coming after half an hour? Who saw that coming ever? Damian Tudor, the defender, Chris Smalling on the floor, head in hands. What a free kick from Damian Tudor, side-footed over the wall and beyond the keeper before he can get to it. 3-2! Welcome to the fucking championship, boys. This is pure drama at this level. I am loving this. I mean, I'd have loved this even if we'd have lost, to be fair, because the entertainment here at championship level clearly is very high. But wow. Just hold on to it now, Ches, for Christ's sake. Don't concede a third. Get yourself this dub and it will go down in Barrow history as probably the biggest win that we've had so far in this save. Oh, writing history for Barrow Football Club. The Barrow Boys 3, Watford 2 in dramatic style. I can't believe we've just done that. And we've still got to go and end the transfer window. Scout reports back as well on Vidal Pereyu. And, crucially, Hefte Grausiska. Physically incredible. Technically looks very good too. Again, not that good defensively. Dix, not that good defensively. Pereyu, better defensively, but nowhere near as good in the pass. I'm not going to sign both. I mean, he's so good. He's so good physically as well. And we could just... I'm sorely tempted to go for the lower rated player and train him up. He's 20 though. Or, so I can't decide. High work rates, medium low work rates. The high work rates is going to be an issue, isn't it? I mean, Siscoe is very good. I think if we change formation to play a cam, he could be a go-to. This might be a terrible decision, but I think I'm going to go for the lower rated player here because he more suits the Rupa Alho replacement that we're perhaps looking for. I don't know what his potential is like, and that's one thing that it's the reason why we're looking for a Rupa Alho replacement, because players from the free agents don't necessarily have the same potential as players that we get through our own youth system. But there are great options still to be had. I may still go for the other guy, but for now, Seidel will come onto the bench here, and we will throw Vidal Pereyu in to that position there. I'm quite happy to do that. I think that's probably the right thing to have done. You guys might disagree. We shall wait and see in time. I will obviously have to now try and retrain his position to a centre mid, but because his passing stats are still decent too, hopefully Palmieri's going to grow well on loan as well. Because his passing stats are decent, it's going to be easier to make him a more overall centre mid and raise his passing stats than it would have been to make the Spanish guy a more overall centre mid and raise his defensive stats. If you know where I'm coming from. I think you guys will. 62 weeks? Oh, come on! Really? 62 weeks? For Christ's sake. Really? Oh, fucking hell. Okay, well, I could just... Let me try and train his passing stats this way then. And I'll just play him as a CDM in the formation. And it'll be fine. His pace stats don't need changing. Defensively, he's alright. His stand tackle's going to get improved with a deep line playmaker role anyway. His slide tackle's already much higher as it is. I think that's probably the better thing to have done for the nature of the team. He does have sentiment in his positions already, so he'll be able to get boosts there, so it's not too much of an issue. It's not going to be too much of an issue. Once he gets his morale up and his sharpness up, he'll be fine in that centre mid spot. I'm happy with that signing. It's an improvement on what we had, quite considerably, 65 to 71. And I think for the role in the position in the formation, that makes more sense than signing the Spanish guy. Well, they're both Spanish. Signing the more forward-thinking Spanish guy. Costa, obviously, is the better, more forward-thinking guy that we have currently. 41 million for Pumphrey. Bloody hell. No. Pumphrey stays. He's one of our keep for the whole save style players. And with that win over Watford, we are up to 3rd in the league. It's been a remarkable episode. Absolutely ridiculous. Another transfer bid for Pumphrey, this time from Lille, which again I'll reject. I may actually just block offers for Pumphrey. Full disclosure, I have done that for a couple of other players as well that obviously we're not looking to sell. Salem, Tudor and Bull. And I may well now go and block offers for Pumphrey too, because he has potential to be special and could be with us all the way to winning the Champions League. So I think that's the right thing to do for the nature of this save, don't you? Good, me too. Oh, what an episode. Outrageous goals, incredible on-field drama with the way that things have switched from one end to the other, and a promising signing. It doesn't look like much is going to happen on deadline day outside of that, for us at least. I mean, there's been £800 million spent everywhere else. Make that £900 million spent everywhere else. We're gonna reach $1 billion. Whatever bid this is, it's going to come in too late for anything to happen. Butu Tau from PSV. They wouldn't have time to agree contract terms anyway. And we are going to go... Well, wow, we're going over £1.1 billion because Joe Gomez has just jumped up to the top of that list. From Inter Milan to Barcelona, Joe Gomez, £117.8 million. From City, to City from Bayern, Sané goes back to the Etihad, £116.2 million. And joined at the Etihad by Matthijs de Ligt with a £114.4 million move. That's outrageous. City have spent £230 million on just 2 players. Upamecano has gone to Real Madrid. Richarlison has gone to Leverkusen. What's he rated at now? Just 87. Would have thought he'd been higher than that one. Now, Serge Gnabry at Chelsea. That's an interesting one. Daniel Marlon to Milan. Mikel Merino to Liverpool. Koundé to Real Madrid. Guedes to Arsenal. Laporte to Juventus. Maxi Gomez from West Ham to Everton. Ricky Puig, whose name is really fun to say, to Leicester City. Luca Hernandez. Still only 27 in season 4. Luca Hernandez is a lot younger than I thought he was. Romelu Lukaku to Liverpool at 30 and 87 rated. Dominic Calvert-Lewin back to Everton. He returns. Wilfred Ndidi to Spurs. Asensio to Monaco. Koulibaly to Chelsea. Mazraoui to Sevilla. Konate, obviously now a Liverpool player in real life. Camavinga to Atletico Madrid. Tet to Bayern. Soyuncu to Dortmund from Villa. Ben White to Everton from Fulham. Kessié finally moves and he's gone to Hertha Berlin. And Donald Mbolo to Atleti. Lucas Paqueta's gone back to AC Milan. Barrenechea leaves Sociedad to go to Lazio. Andreas Christensen's gone to Newcastle. He comes back to the Premier League at least. And Wamangituka back to Stuttgart. This might even be something I need to perhaps bring up with the devs. The fact that players leave and then end up going back to their original club time and time and time again. Max Aarons to Arsenal from Getafe. Outrageous. Moussa Dembele from Everton to Manchester United. Correa, Guiri. Well, that's the transfer window, lads. That's the end of today's episode. And, well, wow is really the only word I can think of to describe that episode, to be completely honest. I don't even know how I'm going to title this video. No idea how I'm going to title this video. And we are still going to have some more youth scout reports to look at as well. If we find an absolute worldie in here now, then I really am done. I mean, it might even be titled Best Episode Ever anyway. But if we find someone that's valued into the millions, then it may well just be best episode. I mean, it can't be best episode ever. We've lost a couple of games. Come on. Oh, come on. It's not to be. It's not to be. Never mind. Tomorrow, we have QPR, Millwall, Coventry, Bournemouth, Reading, and Wednesday, as well as Tottenham in the Cup, that I've just noticed there as well. Deary me. What an episode tomorrow is going to be. Oh, and then just the quiet 4 games in October. Christ alive. Well, that was exciting, entertaining, and hopefully enjoyable. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'll see you tomorrow for hopefully more of the same. Ta-ra.